Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. How you guys today? I'm up in the room today. My girlfriend and she needs the living room, so I'm upstairs in the room today. So, all right, let me put this on mute. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. As always, I'm gonna wait a few minutes for you guys to get up in here. Then we're gonna get started. What's up, Aaron? How you doing? What's going on? What's up, Steven? Mike Rambo, what's happening? Welcome. Get this started today. It's going to be an hour exactly. As a matter of fact, it's going to be 1 hour. So we're going to. I was thinking about. Well, let me wait a few minutes before I get started. What's up, Underground? How you doing? Welcome. Welcome, everyone. What's up, Donovan Woods? Dang, Donovan, straight out the gate, man. Appreciate it. Shout out to Donovan for the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Let's get it today. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, something a little different. I said I might as well take advantage of the difference. New setup. No, it's not really a new setup. I'm just in a different location. That's all, in the house. So it's not a big deal. But I see what you guys mean. It's just a different angle. Okay, I get it. Then I get to look out the window, and I got a pretty good view of this nicely landscaped property outside. So it's pretty cool. What's up, Quentin? What's going on, man? All right, we're going to get started in about 45 more seconds. I'm going to introduce myself for people that don't know who I am. Let me change this TV. I'm looking at this TV too. All right. Get you guys going today. I hope you guys saw the title. Saw somebody post that about Parent Plus loans, and it had me thinking too. Anyway, so let me introduce myself. My name is LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt and financing everything that goes down in value and can't figure out why they live in paycheck to paycheck. Hey, it can't be that 30-year mortgage. It can't be that $600 a month car payment. It can't be that. It can't be all those credit cards that are all maxed out. It can't be that. So what I do is I help people out of the debt matrix, and I'm not here to talk about people in the debt matrix because I lived there for the first 40 years of my life till I woke up, found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey said, "Hey, LJ, why don't you take the math that you learned in grade school and apply it to your finances, and you'll be free?" And that's what I did. Now I'm free. Now I'm experiencing a type of freedom that many probably will never experience their entire lives, have never experienced it during their lives, because if you believe debt is part of life, you are a slave, right? An unconscious slave, right? So what I do is to help people out of what I call the debt matrix. I expose what I call the glitches in the debt matrix. And the glitches in the debt matrix are things that don't make mathematical sense, yet people keep doing them, calling themselves homeowners with a 30-year mortgage, knowing that it's not mathematically true. It's like math and money are one. You can't really, math and money are one. You can't, the only thing that can separate math from money are feelings, how you feel about it. So if you've been calling yourself a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage, and it's not mathematically true because you couldn't have bought the house without the bank's money, that you just feel like a homeowner. You're not really a homeowner, okay? You just feel like one, okay? And so what I do is and all you got to do, and that's a glitch, right? And so to know, and so you guys can understand, when I say slave, Proverbs 22:7 says the borrower is slave to the lender. So when you hear slave, and you start thinking about the movies, and you start thinking about what you saw on TV, people in chains. No, that's TV. Those are actors, all right? Those are not real people on TV, right? What a slave is, just like Proverbs 22:7 says, the borrower is slave to the lender. So if you have a mortgage, the bank is the lender and you are the slave. Okay, period. That's that. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It really doesn't matter. Okay, you're just a slave. Period. And if you're in a debt matrix, there's two types of slave. There's an unconscious slave and there's a conscious slave. Unconscious slaves don't believe in mathematics, and they don't know they don't believe in mathematics, right? So if you argue against saying, yes, I am a homeowner, I own the equity, and you know it's not mathematically true, you are what's called an unconscious slave. Conscious slaves are slaves that were once unconscious, now they believe math, and now they're doing whatever it takes to be free. So this is how to determine if you're a slave. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life, right? Now, this is the glitch in the debt matrix. You're going to see a large negative number. Now all you got to do is believe it. Okay, all you got to do is believe the number. Once you believe the number, you'll start to become free, right? But if you don't believe it, if you look at that large negative number and you still don't believe it because you believe everything around you, you believe you own the house that you live in, you believe you own the cars that are sitting outside, even though you're making payments on all of it, you believe it, you're what's called an unconscious slave, and you will remain there until you're dead. Okay, you will remain there until you're dead. Period. Dead. Okay. Now, I was thinking about this way. The easier way for people, because slaves are lazy. All right, they're really lazy. So this is the easier way. So you don't even have to add up all your debt. All you got to do is log into your Credit Karma, click on accounts, and you'll see this large negative number. That is your net worth. That's how much you're worth today. Okay, you don't even have to add it up. You don't even have to go through all your credit stuff. The number's right at the top. That is your net worth. Now it's up to you to choose to believe it or not. Okay, that's how it works. All right. Shout out to Michael Rambo for the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Don't worry, Mike. I ain't forgot about you. I know we haven't been mentioning you. Come on the show. I know you think we forgot. That's not true. We haven't forgot. Okay. The borrower is slave to the lender. Hey, all right. And if you're only slaves get offended by the word slave. Got it? That's it. The only slaves get offended by the word slave. All right. All right. So today, what's up, Uncle L? What's going on? So today I was thinking about Parent Plus loans, right? And I was thinking, let me got to turn this air on. It's getting hot up in here. Just a second. Let me text my girlfriend to turn the AC on because it is getting warm up in here. One second. All right. So I was thinking about Parent Plus loans. I was thinking, imagine how many parents with student loans that are older than their children that they haven't paid off. Well, because they're older than the children. And then all of a sudden they take out a Parent Plus loan on top of that, right? Those are, and I was thinking this, the student loan crisis. I was wondering, are Parent Plus loans included in the total of the student loan? Like there's $1.7 trillion in student loan debt, right? I wonder if Parent Plus loans are included in that number, because can you imagine a parent that has had student loans? Obviously, their kids going to college, so the kids got to be like 18, 19, get ready to go to college. So 18 years plus, right? All of a sudden, they're taking out a Parent Plus loan. I'm thinking like this. They have accepted that they are going to die with student loans. They're going to die with them, period. They're like, oh, whatever, I'll never be able to pay them up. I mean, I can only imagine the mentality, what they must be going through to sign on the dotted line. Oh, I did. And I was watching a couple of Parent Plus loan videos on YouTube, and I was thinking to myself, "Oh, we didn't know. They didn't tell us." Uh, and what you guys don't understand is this. Okay, so in order to get a Parent Plus loan, and this is just my opinion. Okay, this is just how I think. In order to get a Parent Plus loan, they must run the parent's credit, right? They're gonna if they check their credit report and they see that they have student loans, they're pretty much going to give it to them, right? Because they know that this parent is never going to pay off these student loans. They know it. So they're going to get that money all the way until they're dead. And then when they die, they're going to be paid off by who? The people. The people are going to pay it off. You, not me. I want you guys to understand something. I'm not going to be paying it off. Slaves are. People say, "Oh man, people go to school and they don't pay the loans back and blah blah blah." Well, it doesn't matter to me. We're gonna have to pay that money to taxpayers. No, you are a slave, not me. I'm not gonna pay them back. Only people in debt pay those debts back. Okay, that's how it works. Doesn't matter if you understand it or not. That's irrelevant. But those parents have accepted that they're gonna die with debt. Now, I think to myself, it must be. Well, if debt's been part of your life, I guess it's no big deal, right? You just think debt is part of life. They have the Parent Plus loan, they got their own student loans, they got mortgage payments, they got car payments. They've accepted of being slaves until they're dead. I couldn't even imagine. I could like I was watching a Dave Ramsey one, and these people called up and they were like 300 something thousand dollars in student loan debt, and they took out Parent Plus loans for their children. Now their children are successful, but guess what their children are going to do? They're going to go out and get in debt, and guess what? Never pay their parents back. I could just hear it in the lady's voice. "Oh my God, I'm 300,000 in debt. My kids got great jobs." I'm like, well, your kids should be paying you back, but they're not going. They're going to start their own stuff, and then they're going to start their own families, and they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, I ain't got the money for that." Mm, I can only imagine. What's up, Cosmic? It's 2020. You can't say nobody told you anymore. Everyone can find out just spending time. Yeah, it's definitely not an excuse. All you got to do is use mathematics, right? Nobody's doing the student loan. Because people with student loan debt, they always like, "Oh man, they should have told us. Colleges are ripping us off. The high price of college and this and that." You don't have to go to that college. Who cares what the price of any when you check the prices of colleges and they're just outrageous? Who cares what the prices are? You just say, "Oh, I'm not paying that price," and you just leave. You just leave their grounds, right? But what slaves don't really understand is this. They've been teaching you since you were born, probably even your parents. You ain't going to be shit without a college degree. That is pounded in your head. It's pounded. You ain't nothing. You ain't gonna be nothing. If college educated people make this much compared to this much, and blah blah blah. That's all a lie. I want you guys to understand that's college is a business. That's not true. None of it's true. Anybody put it this way: if anybody comes up to you and says, "Hey, you ain't gonna be shit without a college degree," the first thing you ask them, "Do you got your student loans? What year did you graduate?" That's why you're saying that. Man, college sure is expensive. You still got your student loans? Yeah. How long have you had them? 20 years? That's why, yeah, I agree. College is expensive for you. Anybody that tells you college is expensive, you got to ask them, do you have your student loans? Yeah, that's why college is expensive. You've been having your student loans for 20 years. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. What's up, Yaz? What's up, Dave? What's going on? Other parents can pay their debt. Some parents, what you say, underground? Some parents have kids just so their parents can pay their debt. People always say, I remember growing up, they used to always say something like this. "Oh man, There's really no good time to have children. You can't plan it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. This is how you do it. I'm gonna show you the easiest way for those of you that are even thinking about having children, so you can think about this down the line. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to have a child. If that's in the negative, you're not ready to have a child unless having children is free. Is it free? No, it's not free. Then you can't have a kid. Period. What's up, Mama Max? What's going on? What's up going on? Retired? The True Light, what's going on? Hello? Man, I make more being a FedEx driver than most of these college degrees will give out. This is what I want you to understand, True Light. The amount of money somebody makes is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. You know, you could be a FedEx driver and come across a lawyer working in downtown in your city. Now, you in your mind, you automatically think that that lawyer has more money than you because they're a lawyer. Most lawyers have student loans that are so hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they're driving a nice car, they live in a nice house, and all this, but they got $300,000 in student loan debt that they've had for 20 years. All of that stuff you see is an illusion. None of it's real, you know. None college is there. Put it this way. This is my rule. Now, I want people to understand something. I'm not against student loans. I'm not against them. But this is my rule, okay? If you go to college for 4 years, give yourself you got 4 years maximum to pay that student loan back. 4 years. You go to school for 4 years, you pay it, you take 4 years to pay it back. That gives you enough time to build your career and whatever career choice you go. But if you're a young kid and you've been repeated over and over, go to college, else you ain't shit. Go to college, else you ain't shit. And then you don't even know what you're going to college for. You're just like, let me just I'm just going to go to college because my parents told me. And I know this is going to be very difficult. Okay. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But if you got parents trying to push you to go to college, this is what I want you to ask them. Mom, Dad, do you have your student loans? If they say yes, you better stop listening to them. You better stop listening to them. If they have if your parents' student loans are older than you better stop taking financial advice from your parents. Why? Because what they're saying makes absolutely no mathematical sense whatsoever. Okay, you better stop listening to them. What's up, NC? What's going on? Look at that. Yep. Over $250,000 in student loan debt. And that's people don't really understand. This is why they make student loan debt interest rates so low, so slaves don't pay attention to it. Oh man, and this is why they always compare it. Oh man, you know what? You could take this, invest in over here because interest rate on student loans are very low, but you can go over here, invest in here, and then you could take the money that you make over here and then no, you're not. 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 That's called slaveonomics. Slave splaining. Retire says, LJ, thanks to you, I will never date a woman in debt outside of a mortgage or rent. And that's a good rule of thumb. And even if she has a mortgage, you got to say, hey, what type of mortgage do you have? Because I want you guys to understand something very clear, okay? Very clear. FHA mortgages are for slaves. Okay, only a slave would sign on the dotted line for an FHA mortgage. Only a slave. Only a slave, put it this way. Only a slave would sign up for a subprime mortgage. Only slaves do. Subprime mortgages are for slaves that absolutely refuse to accept that they cannot afford a home. Okay. If you have a finance phone in your hand, you cannot afford to buy a home. Don't even think about if you're making payments on a cell phone, don't even think about getting a house. Okay. Don't even think about it. Thank you, Mama Max. Where Dave says that's right. A lot of parents out here relying on their kids to get them out. Oh, that's crazy. And let me say something. Hey, kids, okay, listen. This is a good one, so you can understand if you got one of those parents that got just messed up finances. If they put any of the utilities where you live in your name, your parents are financially messed up. Okay, that's like child abuse. I want you guys to understand something. It's that serious. If any household utilities and you are underage and any household utilities in your name, your parents' finances are messed up. That's why it's in your name. They can't get a cable bill. They can't sign up for cable in their name. Oh man, that's bad news. Okay, that's very bad news. They don't even have a degree. I know. Can you imagine how many people out there that have gone to college for years either don't have a degree or not even working in the field that they went to school for? The degree they have, they're not even working in the field. Can you imagine? And you paying on student loans. This is why I want you guys to understand something. They don't care what. Have you noticed they don't really care what you spend that money on? They don't care if you borrow the money and take it and buy a car, loan some to your friends. They go. They don't even monitor that. You know why? Because you will die with it if you don't pay it back. You will die with it. Now, if you try to take your HSA card, health savings account credit card, it looks like a credit card, right? Go try to buy some bread with it. Go try to buy some tires. They're going to stop you immediately and say, what are you doing? You can't do that. They can put it this way. They can put the same restrictions on student loan money, but you know why they don't? That's how they make slaves. When you come across forever students that always going to school and never stop going to school, because I know there's a lot of people out there that love to brag about how many degrees they have, right? They go to school forever. They go to school because if they stop, they keep going to school because if they stop, those payments are going to be due. So they think if they keep going to school, they won't have to worry about it. No, they won't. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They have to worry about. They'll have to work. They're going to have to worry about it until they're dead. Oh, thanks, Mama Max. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's what what's his name said earlier. Just a different angle. I guess the simple things. You know what I'm saying? What's up, champ? People with degrees trying to get Biden and Harris to forgive student loans. What do you think? That'll never happen. Let me tell you, and this is my opinion, okay? Let me tell you why they throw out forgiving student loans to get slaves' votes. They're never going to do that. $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. You think they're just going to wipe that out? Sorry, slaves. No, they're not. That's a trick. That's a trick just to get you to like them. Okay. They're never going to do that. You're going to be forever in bondage, period. Okay, so when I hear politicians hinting around with student loan debt forgiveness and all that stupid nonsense, I just go to myself. I'd say to myself, uh, "Why do you got?" The first thing I think in my head is, "Why do you say that?" Oh, just to get them to like you. Okay, I got it. I get it. That will never happen ever. Traditional or FHA, it doesn't matter. Slaves, nonetheless. Yeah, but again, I want to say too, Enigma, I'm not against mortgages either. Okay, I want to make sure that's clear. I'm not against mortgages. There's only one type of mortgage to get. Okay, there's only one. Which one is that? I'm sure you're asking. Which one is that? Only the best one in the United States of America is the only mortgage that I will accept. Only the best, whatever that one is. I don't know what that one is. I'm sure there's a bank out there that will tell you. All right. Only the best one in the United States of America. Period. Eric says you should spend most college savings into an advisor to guide your kids, handing an 18-year-old a bank check. Really, I know, right? But you guys got to understand that's all part of the plan. The younger you get them, and put it this way, okay, this is just my opinion. Okay, this is just my opinion. They always before kids can get the fast for money or whatever, they have to see the credit report of the parents to see, we need to see how much your parents make. Yeah, I know that's part of the deal, right? But what they really want to see if your parents still have student loan debt, because if they do, this kid is going to carry on the same habits as their children. So they're going to approve them. Oh, okay, your parents believe in that. Okay, you're going to believe in it. And your kids are going to carry student loan debt. The same thing. It's just going to carry on through generation. This is generational. Okay. This is totally generational. It's not like child abuse when parents use their own kids. Oh God. Oh, abusive parents when they use their own kids, social security. Oh, this is okay. You know what I mean, Cosmic. You know, because you know what I'm saying, Cosmic, because people will associate child abuse as physical child abuse, right? But you use your kids. Okay, listen. If you use your kid's social security number, if your light bill is in your 5-year-old's name, mm, 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 you're gonna be a slave until you're dead. Promise you. Any other person would file identity theft charges against you. Sure would. You better believe that. But your children don't even know you're doing it. Don't even know you're doing it until one day your kid, hey baby, go get the mail. Then they go get the mail, and then they're gonna look at the mail and they're gonna say, damn, that's my name. Then they're gonna, hey mama, yeah, why's my name on this bill? Oh baby, I don't know what slave parents tell their children. I don't know. Your daddy was mean to me and he did this and that and took that, all kind of excuses. Some subprime mortgages are a slap in the face. They are insulting you and setting you up for slavery. Put it this way too, okay, undergrounds. When you're debt free and you walk into the bank to get a mortgage, they wouldn't dare. And you walk into the bank, you have no debt on your credit report. You have 20% cash in the bank for the down payment of the house. Let's say 30%. You have 30% down to put down on the house. The bank wouldn't dare insult you with a subprime mortgage. They wouldn't dare do it because they know they can look at your credit report and know that you know. So they wouldn't dare do that. Okay. So don't even worry about that. You need two parties to pass legislation. So even if one was for it, the other one would always be it. I mean, I want you guys to clearly understand something. Student loan debt will never, ever, ever be abolished. Ever. That will never happen. Ever. $1.7 trillion. That's like 45 million slaves. That will never. You think they're gonna free 45 million slaves? No, they're not. No, they're not. I guess I'm a little different. No, I'm with you. I mean, Enigma, I'm with you. Okay, I'm not. Do I think I could sit down and sign some papers and say, hey, bank, I'm going to owe you for the next 15 years? It don't even matter if I got a 10-year mortgage. I'm signing papers to say, hey, bank, I'm going to promise you that this amount of money for the next 10 years. I don't think I can personally do it. I really don't. But, whatever, everybody's. I have a friend who's 30 years old now. She took out a $35,000 student loan to mostly live off of. She did graduate, but she lucked up and got married 4 years ago to a young man that financially supports her. I guess. I don't know who's it lucky for. They financial supports her. They were able to finance a home last year here in Atlanta, and now she's thinking about her credit. She told me she has 12 late payments on each of her 18. I can't even finish reading it. Slaves, man. Oh my God, slaves. But we need slaves. Now, when you guys see me shaking my head and stuff like that, that's my feelings. Don't interject. Don't get wrapped up in my feelings, because my feelings about student loan debt and slaves, that's irrelevant. We need slaves. Okay, we need them. I thank you, slaves. Oh, here's Andre flying in on his silent flying saucer. I don't mind paying mortgage to myself. See, Andre flies in with his flying saucer. His flying saucer don't make any noise, right? And then he drops some gems and then he flies off because we can't hear him come and go. Underground says parents having children is a business to them. They feed and clothe them only to expect them to repay them via mortgage expenses, medical expenses, overdue student loans. Champ says, y'all know some of us single parent house don't done us like that. What? Y'all know some of us single that when we was young. I never done no stuff like that. Never done. I'd never ever put my not saying that you're saying you have or whatever. I'm just saying I've never done anything like that. I've never put utilities. But I've been always been able to put utilities in my name because that was just a natural thing. All right. If you're willing to leave major cities behind, they have cheap homes. Hold on for a second. Let me see if she turned this AC on because I am getting warm. 1 second. All right, she did. It just takes a minute to catch up, I guess. Ugh. All right. All right. Let's see here. All right. Now, student loan debt seems to always be the topic. And I've noticed that every time I look for it on YouTube, everybody just wants to talk about it. You know, just like, hey, everybody, I have $300,000 in student loan debt, and this is what I'm going to do. I was watching one other day. Oh, I got this much. And she's like, oh, me and my husband, we're going to do this. This is our plan. They pull out this spreadsheet. And then in the same note, they talking about, oh, but we're going to have a child soon. I'm thinking, a child? What are you going? You're in debt. What are you doing having a baby? You think having a baby is going to help you out of debt? No, you need to turn to your partner and say, hey, yeah, we're about $300,000 in debt. We have no business having a child, period. Exactly, Eric. Slave dollars gives us our freedom. We need slaves. Slaves are number one. Slaves are number one. Slaves are number one. Slaves, slaves are number one. Without you, there would be no us. Slaves are number one because you're choosing to be a slave. They said now she's in deferment. Oh, of course she is. And she says she can't go back to school for nursing if she has to pay back the student loans. I just shook my head. You got to shake your head. Cosmic says, LJ, if the government forgave student loans, do you think people would stay out of debt at the point or go back into debt? You know it, Cosmic. That's why you asking that question. They know that. Even it doesn't even matter if they forgave student loans because the slaves will go right back into debt. They don't know any better. Bankruptcy is irrelevant unless unless a slave knows bankruptcy is a tool. They're just gonna Chapter 7 would wipe them out. They would think they're free, and then they would go right back into debt. I was talking about our parents type. Oh, okay, cool. What'd you say, Dave? Her husband is not liable for the student loan, but with his income, she's been able to live a comfortable life, irregardless of her financial decision. Right? He's. You got to understand something. He is paying for those student loans indirectly because he's making up for the difference. Because you better believe some of that money he's paying is going towards her payments of her student loan. He's not liable for it, but he's paying for it. But she's not paying him off, so it's being flushed down the toilet. I thought it was America's number one. No, slaves are number one. Slaves are number one. Put it this way. If slaves didn't exist, nor would the economy. The economy would not survive without slaves. Slaves are the engine of the economy. The engine. None of this would work. Ty says if they divorce, he'll be indirectly liable. He married a slave. He's right now. He don't even have to be divorced. He's liable now. He's indirectly liable right now. He's paying for it. Yep, LJ, they will go right back into debt, and I could make bank as they march back into debt. One side of me is hoping for a loan forgiveness program. Oh, you low down, dirty. Ooh, Cosmic, that is just low. You think Cosmic can say this out in public? She can't say stuff like that. You think I can say this out? I can't even say this. I'll be pulling down my mask, right? If I go out and say stuff like this, I'll be pulling down my mask, and then slaves will see me. They'll be like, look how big his eyes are, big alien eyes, right? They'd be like, did you see the size of his eyes? That dude, hey, man, hey, Cosmic, You go out and expose yourself to the slaves if you want to. I'm not doing none of that. What's you guys' feelings on student loan debt? What's your feelings on it? If you're new to the channel and you got some questions on it, I just posted the link. You can jump on and we're going to try to stick the topic about student loan debt, Parent Plus loans, whatever, right? What are your feelings on it? Do you think are you in that situation? Have you named your student loans forever loans? Have you named them? Because if you've ever called your student loans forever loans, guess what? You're going to be a forever slave. Believe that. All right, that's totally up to you. Slaves are slaves by choice. Okay, slaves are slaves by choice. Let me post this link to make sure everybody got this. 1 second here, because I got somebody texting me saying, "Hey, man, 1 second here. Let me grab this. Grab this link and post it in the community so they can get it. 1 second here. All right, there we go. What steps can you take once you've become unemployed, financial and lifestyle wise? Okay. This is something I suggest, okay? And this is not the practical way, and I'm just telling you what I did, but I did it unknowingly, okay? When you get out of debt, this is what I suggest. I suggest you stack your money. First get out of debt. Continue to work another year or two. It's totally up to you. This is what I did. I got out of debt and I still worked one more year, but I was making over $100,000 a year. Okay. Let me make sure that's clear. Okay. I stacked my dough and then I quit. I did not. It took me a year. I didn't work for a year. I strongly suggest this. Okay. Don't work a job for a year if you can. But when you get out of debt, you'll see life is cheap. So you'll be able to do it. Don't worry about it. Don't think, oh my God, that's too expensive. No, it's not. You won't have any debt. You will see how cheap life is, right? It took me a year to break the 40-hour work week lifestyle. 40-hour work week, Saturday and Sunday are weekends, vacation time, sick days, blah, blah, holidays, extended weekends. All that is a program. It took me a year to break that, right? So now a week is just 7 days. Saturday and Sunday are not special. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one I was thinking about this weekend too. Me and my girlfriend were out, right? One thing I didn't realize is when you have a job, I didn't realize that jobs, they do everything for you. You don't realize how much they do for you as far as your finances go. They take care of everything in your life financially, tax-wise, okay, tax-wise, so you don't even have to think about it, right? You just go to work, do your job, they take out your taxes, they take your retirement out, they hold back the taxes, so they give it to the IRS, blah, 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 because if your job didn't hold, if your job didn't take your taxes out before you got your money, slaves wouldn't pay their taxes. So they take that first. One thing about being out here on my own, I didn't, you got to take care of your own taxes. You got to take care of a lot of your, but I didn't realize by having a job, like I was a child. That's the best way I can explain it. You don't really understand that when you have a job, right? You don't even get it, but you get out of it. You're like, whoa, I got to do this on my own. Yeah, it's always been like that. People that understand been doing that for years. It's just another thing. And then once you get used to it, it's not a big deal. You just follow the rules. Okay, IRS says, hey, if you do this, you got to pay that. You do this, you got to do that. Okay, whatever. Right. And you just follow the rules. But it's crazy. But it took me a year to break that. You gotta break that program. That's gonna be tough. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna like if you think Saturday and Sunday are special days, you think they're a weekend or whatever, that's a program. Saturday and Sunday are just days of the week, period. Once you get out of debt, it didn't also during that, when I first got free, time is a tool. Okay, you don't really get that. You think time is based on it. No, it's just a tool. It's just a tool. If you're always constantly looking at the clock, Time owns you. If you're always looking at to see what time it is, time owns you. But when I was getting through that year that I was off, that I didn't even work, I noticed that I never knew the time of the day, and I was starting to feel bad that I didn't know what time. I don't. People would ask, "Hey, what time is it?" I'm like, "I don't even know, man. I don't even know what time it is." But that was part of the deprogramming. Okay. Mom next says, "I have no feelings. I have murdered my student loan." Sure did. You're free. Dave says, "One of my best friends, 46, is going back to college after 23 years of graduating the first time. This time for his MBA. I asked him why. He says he has a 5-year plan. I asked that include paying back the student loans. No response. You know what the program is? This is the program, because I almost fell for that program. I remember when I went to get my engineering degree, right? 4-year college, blah blah blah, right? And I remember sitting back thinking to myself, I need to make more money, because when you're in debt, you think making more money is the answer, right? That's what I thought, right? I was thinking about going back to get my MBA or my master's so I can make more money. Thank God I didn't make that mistake. Oh man. Mm, mm, mm. Chances, how much debt would you put up with that a woman might have? You know what it is? It counts on it, well, there is a debt limit. I ain't gonna lie. If I came across a woman that had student loans older than her children, and she was talking about getting a Parent Plus loan for her child to go to school, I wouldn't date her. I'd be like, that relationship is absolutely pointless, because she just told me that she's gonna die with debt. If you haven't paid back your student loans and you getting a Parent Plus loan for your child, no sir, ain't doing none of that. No way in hell am I going back into student loan debt after graduating 20. No, I'm not doing none of that. What's up? I'm set apart. What's going on? Leave those degrees alone. Just be debt free. Own a house, no payment, and that's retirement. Just utility bills and home tax. Hence, you no longer have any need for a job and pay bills. And even with that, let me tell you something. Even with that, you pay your house off, no bills, and you just got property taxes, right? If you create a successful business, you won't even pay, you won't even have to pay property taxes directly. Your customers will. And let me make sure I'm clear with this so you guys can get this. Once you become debt free, you'll understand this. When you get out here, become debt free, and you will figure out how to create something that you love as a business. You create a business, and your business won't be created on getting money. Your business will be creating on earning your customers' trust. If you earn your customers' trust, they will give you money, because there's nothing like sending your money off to somebody that you're buying something from, right? And not having to think about it. Are they going to send it to me? Are they trying to rip me off? Are they trying to just take my money? Like when you go buy something on Amazon, you click buy. Do you believe that you're not going to get your product? You believe you're going to get it. You probably don't even think about it when you buy. You buy off of Amazon. Next thing you know, it's at your door, because Amazon has built that trust between their customers. You can trust us. Anything you buy from us, we got you back. Blah blah blah. That's how it works. You see me. You guys see what I do. I love what I do. I absolutely love it. I absolutely People out of nowhere. Let me put that. I always forget to doing that too. If you've never experienced this, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? Out of the blue, people will send me money to my Cash App. They will have watched one of my videos, right? And just send me some money. Out of ding ding ding. Hey, thanks for what you do. You've changed my life. Blah, blah, blah. There's nothing like that. And the amount of money they send me is not, it's irrelevant. Okay. This is how I think. Somebody stopped in the middle of their day and decided and saw one of my videos. I moved them so much, they said, I got to give this dude something. Now that's happened to me before. I've done that. I've given money, said, man, that was amazing. Here's blah, blah, blah. That's it. Key benefits of great questions, man. Great questions. Key benefits of being free. I own the time of my life. I can wake up when I want. Time is irrelevant. I can wake up at the crack of noon every day if I want. It doesn't matter. I don't care what people think. Oh, you're lazy. The early bird gets the worm. I say, I don't care what you say. You know how people say, oh, man, get up, man. You know, early bird gets the worm. I say, do you have student loans? They say, yes. That's why you got to get up early, because you're slaves. Slaves got to get up and get to the plantation. Oh, man, you're lazy. No, I'm not. I'm just free. The benefits, man, it's a whole new world, man. It's a different world. I looked up the tuition to get an MBA at the school he got accepted to. Ooh, they accepted me. That's what cracks me up. Oh my God, they accepted me. They accepted your money. That's what they did. They accepted people who's going to be approved. 115. There is no way in hell. There is no way. Hell no. I'm agreeing with you. What's up, Carlo? I watched a video of a guy who was $235,000 in student loan debt. He was paying. I watched that one. I watched that. You know, honestly, Carlo, I couldn't tell if that was a made up joke. I couldn't tell. His parents. Okay, yeah. His parents paid $600. I think I did a video on that guy. I think I did, because they secured a home. Secured their home. They was earning. I didn't know if that was true or not. He was just saying too many things that just didn't make any sense. What's up, Walt Gold? Yo, LJ, I knew this live stream was coming. Glad you followed the. Oh yeah, that was you, Walt. Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks, Walt. I'm sorry, man. You guys be sending me stuff, and sometimes I forget who sent it to me. You guys know how to put me on the hook, especially Andre's ass, man. He knows how to send me something, and then he'll fly off in his spaceship and say, "Here, LJ, here's an article," and then fly off. And I try not to click on it, because I know if I click on it, I'm on the hook. I didn't even know Dave Ramsey spoke on this Parent Plus loan stuff too. Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if it wasn't for Dave Ramsey, I wouldn't be free today. If it wasn't for Dave Ramsey. I was 30 credits away from the bachelor's degree, ran out of financial aid. Glad I stopped going by getting kicked out, or would have been further in debt. Yeah, as long as you pay that debt off, man, just pay it off. Cosmic says, it's so crazy how time flies. I forgot next week is the last 2 days. I'm working with my W-2. What? Oh, for 2020. I'll be back in 2021 with my back in 2021. My coworker reminded me by asking, am I taking my month off? Reminded me, taking your month off. It's crazy, man. You know, I look down, I'm like, damn, it's almost the end of November. That's crazy. Retired says, LJ, a 55-year-old woman with $100,000 in student loan debt that is an absolute no. Now, if she was making good money, if she was successful at her career and she was in student loan, $100,000 in student loan debt, but she made money, and she woke up and said, oh, I got to take care, because 55, you can still take if you make enough good money, you can do that. You can get out of that, right? It counts on your it's so at that age, it counts on your income for sure. It counts on. What's up, son of Israel? A whole different world. You right about that? Okay, I figured you were. I could tell by the way you were talking. I figured that one. I'm not even going. Sharagon. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. It would take 30 years to pay off a student loan of $235,000 if you pay $635 a month. I had, let me give you this example. I had my sister. She called me. We were talking the other day. And she called me and told me a friend of ours is about to buy a $350,000 townhome in Seattle. She has a 2020 vehicle that she's making $672 a month payments on. I asked, how much did she put down on that house? $2,000. So that tells me right away that she has a FHA mortgage, some kind of subprime mortgage. Only people with subprime mortgage would ever do that. And she's our age. Now I'm 50. She's probably late 40s, mid to late 40s, right? She will never pay that house off. But I guarantee you this, when she is approved, which she will be because it's 2020, they're trying to lock slaves into the housing market prices of today. I want you guys to clearly understand something. The banks are making, that's why they're dropping interest rates. They're locking slaves into housing market prices of today. So when it crashes, it won't matter if it crashes because slaves will still be paying the same amount of monthly payments, regardless of how much their house is worth. That's absolutely brilliant. Underground says they accept the money mostly. Merit is out the way. Merit is out the way now with these academic institutions. College is a business. Yeah, it's a business. Excuse me. Dave says, I told my buddy schools are begging for people to come and pay. So all the schools you apply to most likely will accept you, just as they've done a lot of others, especially if you're learning remote. You know, it's so crazy. They think, oh my God, they accepted me. Well, why are you happy? I don't get it. Is it free? The college that accepted you, is that a full ride? So why are you happy? It doesn't make any sense. But you got to remember, when people are happy, why are they happy? Because that's what they see on TV. They see people, they see it on TV shows, they see it on commercials. People are so happy to be accepted at a college. That's why they're happy. I want a staycation, not a vacation from the plantation. Vacation from the plantation. Slaves always do that. They're so happy. Oh my God. You go on Facebook. You can say, oh my God, my vacation's coming up. I'm so excited. And then you see all the other slaves jump on the comments. Oh my God, you're so lucky. This and that. They're all slaves. They all want to get away from their job. A vacation from the plantation. Champ says, I'm 37, single, have a full-time job that pays me $19 an hour, and have 2 businesses that are starting to pass my full-time pay. Congratulations. What do you think I should put up with as far as debt from a woman? The only thing I would put up with is a mortgage. Okay. And that would count on what type of mortgage it is, right? If you're debt free and you get a house, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have a subprime mortgage, okay? Because you know to had stayed out of debt the whole time, and now you get a mortgage. You're not just walking in and saying, "Hey, bank, I will accept any mortgage that you approve me of." You know, you don't walk. Put it this way: you're not gonna when it's time for you to get a house, you're not gonna walk into the bank and hope to be approved for a loan. You're gonna know you're gonna get it, okay? You're gonna walk in the bank and say, "Hey, I know I got to apply, but I already know I'm gonna get it. I'm just trying to figure it out if I'm gonna get it from you." Okay, the banks are businesses. You're not there and crossing your fingers hoping they'll loan you money. You already know you're going to get it, because once they look at your credit report and the amount of money that you got in your bank, you know you're going to get it. You're just telling them that you're saying, I'm just wondering if I'm going to get the loan from you, bank, period. What's up, Kirkland? What's going on, Antoine? What's happening? What's up, Sal's? Appreciate it. Andre says, can you imagine a short sale and foreclosure mess next year? They do them so dirty. Ooh, it's gonna be Christmas time. Cosmic and her friends are gonna just run out there next year and just clean house. But check this out. Cosmic can't be running out there jumping for joy. They're gonna spot her. The slaves are gonna spot her and be like, hey man, there's a housing market crash. Why is that MF so jumping happy? Why is she so happy? Look at her car. Why is she happy? She got an old car. What's she so happy for? She keeps a broom in her trunk. What is she so happy for? The majority of the masses are being exploited willingly by finance. You know, do you know how much, like when I look across my timeline on Instagram and Facebook, there are so many loans out there that they're trying to shove down your throat. Hey, get a COVID-19 loan. Hey, get this, save your family, get this loan. I'm just like, ooh, slaves. They're doing you so dirty. They're just kicking you while you're down. Your chains are rattling. Your chains are rattling. See what I'm saying? See, Cosmic can't say that out in public. Okay, she just got to be to herself. She got to pretend like, woe is me. Poor slaves. A minimum wage job at 40 hours a week is a guaranteed millionaire, assuming you trust them. Exactly. That's what I try to tell people. You can be a millionaire, and I say a millionaire, singular millionaire, right? You can be a millionaire having a regular job. That's easy. No debt with a paid off house, guaranteed millionaire, guaranteed. No investments. Because doing that, you've invested in yourself, right? Zero starts with you. I wish somebody would have told me this when I was a kid, right? When I was young. Hey, LJ, yeah, person. Zero starts with you, LJ. Zero starts with you. If you're not at zero, everything in your financial life is mathematically incorrect. Everything. Your house, your car, your investment, your retirement, your stocks, your bonds, your real estate, all of it is incorrect. All of it. And I would have said, what do you mean? And then they would have just pulled out a piece of paper and wrote it down and showed me and said, see that? Does that look positive or negative to you? I would have said, oh, that looks negative. Then your whole life is your whole financial life is mathematically incorrect. Hey, shout out to Sean Watson for the Cash App donations. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. And I really mean that, man. I want people to understand when I see, again, regardless of the amount, when I see Cash App donations, I want you guys to understand its significance to me. Okay? That happens when you change somebody's life. Doesn't matter how small. And I noticed this too. I've been noticing this a lot. I'm reaching younger and younger audiences. A lot of late 20s, early 30s. When you're young 20s, you're not really thinking like that. You got social media crowding your brain, right? But when you get closer to 30, I'm starting to get that age range, right? Because you don't really know, especially like if you're 18, you're just going to go out into the world and do what your parents says. Hey, this is what you need to do. You need to go to college. Why? Because everybody says it. The TV told me. The TV said, I got to go to college. Just ain't going to be shit. So I got to go to college. Do you know what you're going to go to college for? No, Oh, excuse me. Dang. Sorry about that. What are you going to go to college for? I don't know. Whatever. I'm just going to go. And then you just sign up for student loans. No, the kids don't know. 18-year-old doesn't know to say this to the parents. Hey, by the way, mom, dad, who's paying for my college? Are you guys paying for it? No, you're gonna have to get student loans. Well, if I get student loans, who's on the hook for that? They're gonna say you. Shrimp on the Barbie. Justin says, should they give you a donation even though they use a credit card? Yeah, why not? I use a credit card. Credit is a tool. I want people to understand something. Credit is a tool. Okay. I'm not against credit card. I have one credit card and I use that credit card to buy everything. Everywhere I shop, I go out to dinner, I go buy things online. I use it for everything for two reasons: to build my credit score and for security. So now when I shop, I don't have to worry about the security of every place I shop, every website I shop, every store I shop, because think about it this way. Have you noticed when you go to a store, some use the chip and some require you to slide? What good is the chip if every store doesn't comply with the chip rules? So I just use a credit card. If it's compromised, that I get an alert that my card, every time something's charged on my card, I get an email, right? If I get an email, something's charged on my card, I call up the credit card company and say, hey, that wasn't me. They stop the card, change it, close it. They send me my account back, and I'm done. Let it happen to your debit card. If somebody steals your credit card information, your debit card information, that's a whole different kind of hassle. I had that happen to me one time. I said, never again. I'm not doing that. Man, 28. Ooh, had I known this before I was 30. Oh, I'm jealous. All right. All right, you guys. I told you this was going to be an hour one. We got to wrap this up here. I got someplace to go, but I appreciate you guys all. They're going to suck. What Andre said, they're going to suck in all the millennials with their student loan forgiveness, flawless victory. I was a Mortal Kombat fan. I was a Mortal Kombat junkie. All right. But that debt, Son of Israel says, I used to hate that so much in high school, just being told to go to college and not knowing what the hell you want to do, nor I was the same thing. I didn't go to college right after high school. But anyway, thank you everyone for coming on. I appreciate it. I got to go. Yeah, they still will, but it's a big hassle. That's a big hassle. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate you all. Thank you for jumping on. Members only, be looking out for a video. Okay, members only, be looking out for a video. Appreciate you guys all. Have an awesome Sunday. Until next time, holla at you later. All right, later.